So, it's been just under 4 years since I took my last alcoholic drink. And it's been enjoyable, it's been effortless, it's not been hard, it's not been challenging, it's been the best thing that I ever did in my life. Now, if I had a time machine and I could go back to the version of me 4 years ago that was just about to start on this journey, this video is going to be the advice and the lessons that I would give to that version of me. So if you're on your journey right now and you're trying to put the pieces together, you're trying to stop drinking, you're thinking about doing it, or maybe you're only a few months into your journey, you will get a ton of value from this video today. Because at the end of the day, that's all I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just help people who are a few steps behind of me. I'm not saying I'm some guru or something like that and I've got all the answers. I definitely don't. I make tons of mistakes. But I've got 4 years of experience of living this way. So if I can help somebody that's trying to stop drinking or a few weeks into their journey, a few months into their journey, a year into their journey, then I think this channel has done its job. So please make sure to watch this video. And the sixth thing that I'll talk to you about is the most life-changing thing about stopping drinking. It's the best lesson of all, so you need to make sure to watch all 6. And if you actually want a free video training that shows you how to control your drinking without AA, willpower, rehab, all that kind of stuff, make sure to click the link in the description. There's a training video there called The Strangest Secret to Controlling Alcohol. And that's where I really break down and explain how I stopped drinking and the method that I've taken all of these people through in the Sober Clear program. So click the link in the description for more information on that training video. The first lesson is that realizing that alcohol was the one thing that was holding me back in my life. Now, you may have heard of the book, and I've spoken about it on the channel before, but there's a book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. Now, Gary Keller gets you to ask this question again and again and again. He gets you to ask it at many points in your life. And he says, what's the one thing such that by doing it, everything else will become easier or unnecessary? Now, these days, my answer to that question is very different, but back when I was drinking alcohol, the answer was always stopping drinking. I knew that if I could get rid of the alcohol, everything else would become easier or unnecessary. Because when I'm not drinking, I'm a completely different type of person. I'm waking up early, I'm making progress, I'm consistent, I'm happy, I've got energy, I'm smiling. I'm a different kind of person when I'm sober. Because when I'm drinking, I'm not waking up early. I don't have the energy. I don't have the ambition. I'm just not putting myself out there. I'm not being the right type of person when I drink alcohol. And I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but for me, it was the one thing that was holding me back in my life. I knew that if I got rid of that, everything would become easier. Everything would become better. And when I was drinking, I knew that to an extent, yet I'd still keep going back. I'd still keep making mistakes. I'd still keep slipping up. But these days, I know it in my bones. I know that if I continue on this path that I've been on for the past 4 years, everything else will get better and better and better. Now, the second lesson that I've got for myself is that mindset is everything. Why do I say that? Now, mindset's everything, not just with stopping drinking, but life in general. I believe that everything starts from having a solid foundation in your mindset. Now, when it comes to stopping drinking, this is an imperative. What you need is you need belief in yourself that you can stop drinking. You need to know in your heart that you can go through any situation, you can be any kind of person, you can be in any scenario, and you won't drink. You need to believe that in the core of your bones. I have 100% faith in myself and my decision to be a non-drinker, and I know that for a fact I will not drink alcohol again. I believe that wholeheartedly. And after a year of not drinking alcohol, that's why I was public about it, because I knew that I wasn't going back. I knew that I could publicly talk about not drinking alcohol with 100% confidence and 100% belief in myself. And I could do that without fear that I was gonna fail in a public spotlight, right? I make these videos, I know that I'm not gonna fail, I know that I'm not gonna go back. But I also believe that having this very strong belief in yourself and your ability to do something is extremely important outside of stopping drinking. Because once you stop drinking it, if you take the approach that I recommend, where it's just about moving forward and getting things going and just making progress quickly, you need belief in yourself that you can do that. You need belief in yourself that you can become excellent in your career, excellent in your business, excellent at home. You need the belief in yourself that you can figure things out. If you want to start something new, you need the belief in yourself that you'll be able to just make it work. But here's where it gets interesting. Once you've solved the alcohol problem, your level of self-belief goes up dramatically. If you've actually beaten that, you will feel more confident and you will have so much more belief in yourself, which spills over into other areas of your life. When I first started the Sober Clear program, I didn't know how to get somebody to stop drinking. I didn't know how to get somebody to reframe the way that they viewed alcohol. Not gonna lie, I had to figure it out. But what I had is I had belief in myself that I could figure it out and help people. We're not really taught to believe in ourselves, right? We're kind of taught to play it small and not put ourselves out there. But I don't care, who cares? Who cares what we've been taught? There's nothing wrong with believing in yourself. And to me, the foundation of believing in yourself comes from believing in your ability to not drink alcohol. Now, the third lesson that I've got for myself is that I had nothing wrong with me. So when I was trying to stop drinking, I tried going to AA. My mum's been to AA for 20 years. She really encouraged me to go to Alcoholics Anonymous and call myself an alcoholic and say that I've got a disease. And, the drug was never the problem. I was always told that I was the problem. Now, since stopping drinking, I've realized that none of that was true because I've not had to go to meetings. I've not had to give myself up to God. I've not had to admit that I was powerless. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with these things. And I'm also not saying that you can't have faith. But what I've realized is there was actually nothing wrong with me in the first place. There was never anything wrong with me. I was 100% whole. I was 100% fine. And the only thing that was wrong with me was my perception of alcohol, right? Because that's the problem. The world that we live in doesn't see alcohol as a problem. Alcohol is not a drug like all the other drugs. Alcohol is different. That's the way that we see it. So when you can't control it, you get labeled the problem. You get labeled an alcoholic. And I bought into that for many years. Many years. I thought I was an alcoholic. I thought I had something wrong with me. But lo and behold, I don't. I've got nothing wrong with me. I never did have anything wrong with me. I wasn't born differently to everybody else. The problem was my perception of alcohol. Once I changed that was it. I was done. I didn't need to go to meetings. I didn't need help. Boom. That was it. I was finished. To me, that is an absolute life-changing lesson. Now, the fourth lesson that I've got for you is that I know this is going to sound a little bit, woo-woo for some people. You might not like it, but I truly believe that when you don't drink alcohol, you put out a different kind of vibration. Maybe I've read too many self-help books in my life, but I really believe that your energy changes, right? You start vibrating on a completely different frequency. And what happens is you start putting a different kind of energy out there. And I believe that the world is a mirror. And basically any change that happens in your life starts from within. You need to be the change before it happens in your life, right? It's the law of cause and effect. You need to do things for it to happen. But I believe that the world is a mirror. And when you don't drink, you just vibrate higher. And then what starts happening is different opportunities just start being reflected to you. New relationships, new friendships, new opportunities, new ideas. When you start putting that energy out there, it starts coming back to you. And I truly believe that you just attract better opportunities, better people, better situations into your life just as a result of not drinking alcohol. Just as a result, you don't really need to do anything. Just by removing alcohol, rather than having that dull, low vibration, you instantly raise your vibration. You almost unlock a different level of consciousness. And listen, I'm not some spiritual teacher or something like that. I've just read quite a lot of these books. For some of you, that's probably a bit silly. What I'm talking about right now is just not your cup of tea. But for me, it's life-changing. That is a life-changing lesson. And I know this because every single period where I've not been poisoning myself in my life, because I've stopped and started for many years until I've got to the point that I'm at today, every single time that I didn't drink alcohol, I was having ideas. I was taking action. I was attracting better people into my life. Every single time, without fail, that has happened. Which leads me to the fifth point. The fifth life-changing lesson is that you truly don't need alcohol to have a good time. It doesn't enhance certain occasions in your life. And what you need to have a good time is the company around you. The people around you are what make things fun, not a drug. If we really think about alcohol, we always remember the good things. We always remember the good times. We don't remember the blackouts, the puking, the arguments, the fights. All we seem to remember are the good moments when alcohol was there. But if you actually take a moment to reflect on the good moments that you had with alcohol, you start to realize that it was always the people that you were with that made it a good time. It was never the drug. But the thing is because we're so used to all of the major events in our life involving alcohol, the sporting games, the weddings, the christenings, all of the major events in our life are often revolving around drinking. We can look back at these events and we can associate the good time with drinking. Listen, there's nothing fun about drinking. It's always the people that you're with. But I didn't realize that. That fear that I was going to have a worse time without alcohol held me back for a long time. Now, the sixth life-changing lesson that I've got, and by far the most important one, is that the life that I dreamed of was possible without alcohol in it. If I was to keep on the trajectory that I had been on, the life of my dreams was possible. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've stopped and started drinking many times in the past. And I'd make good progress and then destroy it. Make good progress, then destroy it. And for the first time in my life, I've gone multiple years back to back without a drop of alcohol. And great things just keep happening, right? I'm able to make progress, I'm able to step up, I'm able to work on my business, have a relationship, work on my health every single day, and things just keep slowly getting better and better. And truly, the life that I dreamed of when I was at ground zero, working in a restaurant with no money, living at my friend's place, getting smashed all the time, the life that I live today, that was the dream. And it's happened. And it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. But none of this would have been possible without staying sober. So wherever you are on your journey, you've got this. Keep going. Have a great day.